Corey Brown of StoryCounty.News, the voice of college football here at the south side of Jack Trice Stadium here in Ames. And we have a special broadcast for you this morning. I know it is early here in Ames. As you can see behind me, this is Jack Trice Stadium where it's all going down this afternoon. The Cy-Hawk game, and of course behind us, the other side of our camera, is the set of College Game Day, which will be commencing at approximately 8 o'clock. But as you can see, John, let's pan over to these students. We've got a long line of Iowa State students, and I've got a lot of Iowa fans. A lot of Iowa students have made their way over here. Heard some Let's Go Hawks chants. So it's going to be a great day. We're going to be cutting in periodically throughout the morning, and so we're going to leave the stream going as long as we can. We may boot off for a little bit and then relaunch our stream. But again, College Game Day, ESPN is going to be letting these students in here in the next 5 minutes because the pit opens here at College Game Day at 5:30. So if you're wanting to head down here, if you haven't already headed down here, you might want to think about doing that soon because it fills up fast. If you remember from 2 years ago when you made it down here, this town is all embracing for ESPN, and certainly the student body here has done that as well. So again, we are on the south side of the end zone right now. We'll be cutting in periodically throughout the evening. I do want to make all of our watchers, listeners, aware of the various brands that have made this possible. Obviously, StoryCounty.News here in Ames. We cover local news media throughout the county, not just Ames, but all over Story County, of course. Also, the voice of college football. Mark Rogers is the voice of college football. We are streaming live to his main channel right now, so if you're watching there, we appreciate the support. Also, want to give a shout-out to from the Hawkeye of the Storm, an Ames-based Hawkeye sports platform, and the Johnny O Show, our cameraman, and his behind-the-scenes work, everything. Very much appreciated to make this all possible today. So we appreciate you being here. Stay tuned throughout the morning for coverage here from ESPN College Game Day in Ames and leading up the pregame to the Cy-Hawk game, which will start at 3:30 p.m. Central Time. So we will continue with our live stream this morning. Corey Brada, StoryCounty.News, and the voice of college football. Hey, who's got the Hawkeyes today? Who's got the... All right, let's hear from the Cyclones. Right? As you can see, a lively crowd here, and Cyclones, Hawkeyes, who you got? I can't tell. What time did you get out here this morning?
1 a.m. 1 a.m.
Say that.
1 a.m.
1 in the a.m.
Got done with classes at 3, slept, fell asleep at 6, Got up at midnight, here to support the Cyclones, 1 a.m., baby.
So we are live with the voice of college football, all right? Mark Rogers and the voice of college football along with StoryCounty.News. So what do you expect in this game today? Because you guys got a Heisman candidate, right? Some Iowa State fans would say a couple, right?
Which one?
You got Brock, Brees Hall.
Yo, I was thinking Connor Assalley, Heisman, baby.
Connor Sally. All right, who you got today? I see the what is this? All right, give me the backstory. Give me the backstory.
He's got the backstory. He's got the backstory.
Freshman year, first college game day. Come up with this. Didn't even make it, but by popular demand, they wanted it back. So here we are, 1 a.m. Remember, 1 a.m. Came back. It's been a hit ever since.
How long are you gonna make it today?
I got tickets to the game, so I got to at least make it till then.
What about after? Go to bed afterwards? Or?
Oh, the ADHD clock doesn't stop ticking, I'll tell you what.
We got a lively crowd here. Let's go ahead and pan down even further here. According to this, let's go down here. Does this say? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. This says Ferentz is in Fiji. Is this Kirk Ferentz? He's in Fiji, or is there a different Ferentz that lives in Fiji that I'm not aware of?
Both Ferentzes.
Both live in Fiji. All right.
I'm on TV first of all.
Live with the voice of college football, StoryCounty.News.
Bishop Sycamore's born in Iowa. Yeah. Bishop Sycamore's my inspiration. This is the greatest team of all time. And go Cyclone and F the Hawkeye.
Shout out to Bishop Sycamore. Let's make our way down the pathway here. We see plenty of great signs, and the attention here from the Iowa State students is second to none, as you can tell. Anybody who wants to, oh, hold on, let's make it over here. Let's make it over here for a second. All right, we got to look at this sign. We got to look at this sign. Turn it around. Let's turn it around. All right. So, Spencer Petrash.
Yes, sir.
I mean, the original.
Well, my wife thought up with it, honestly. I give her all the credit.
And who put him in the actual dumpster? I mean, this looks like a real picture. Did Spencer pose for this? Or is this? I mean,
Truth be told, I think he did. Honestly, I think he did. It's word on the street is. But
what time did you get out here today?
about 3 o'clock.
Because the guys up there said 1, so you weren't quite as devoted as.
More hours of sleep than they did. So.
How long are you gonna last today?
All day, till we sing "Sweet Caroline." Neil Diamond.
All right. We'll continue on the other side here because you notice that the front of the crowd is a lot more lively, and they were the ones who were out here at 1 o'clock in the morning. Isn't that sort of ridiculous? All right. These guys are pretty lively, too. I'll give it to them. All right. What you got, brother?
I need a question. What's the interview here?
In your professional opinion, why are the Hawkeyes so fucking bad at football?
All right, let's keep the language clean here, folks. Let's keep the language clean.
So I took the Hawkeyes +4 because they're going to lose, right? 4 or less.
I think it wasn't the line 3.5, but I got you.
It got up. The Hawkeyes are +4, and I took it because, Iowa State's going to,
So you got money on this game, is that what you're saying?
I got money on this game.
How much you got on?
A lot. Like tuition. We're talking tuition.
What time did you get out here this morning?
I've been running since I've been up since like 7 in the morning yesterday. I haven't slept since, so, we've been running.
It's called dedication.
It's called dedication.
We got dedication from the fans, and what do we got here?
My sign says soup of the day for Matt Campbell. We got his soup here. We're serving up Cyclone State soup today. Let's go Cyclones.
All right, Campbell's soup. We saw Spencer Petrash down the line there. This is a pretty biased group. What do you got?
All right, we got one. We don't got a sign.
What's that?
We don't got a sign. But we got one thing to say. We got one.
Keep it clean. Keep it clean.
Clean. PG-13.
Ready?
Strictly.
3, 2, 1.
Frick the Hawks.
All right, whatever. All right. We'll see. We'll get down the line here. To see how long this line stretches here, guys. Hey, how we feel about Ashton Kutcher's against Picker? They don't like Ashton Kutcher. He's the guest picker for ESPN. What can I say? I see a sign for Seneca Wallace. I think they would have rathered Seneca today. So who was the better guest picker selection, Seneca Wallace or Ashton Kutcher?
Seneca Wallace.
Why'd they pick Ashton?
I had no idea.
You know he's an Iowa fan.
Yeah, I know.
He's a loser.
It's stupid.
He's just a loser.
Oh, you're going to lose your spot in line. All right. We'll see how long this line goes here. We are walking as ESPN is opening the pits now for College Game Day. We got some Hawkeye fans in here. I see a few. Mostly Iowa State, but I do see some Hawkeye fans. So we make it to the end of the line. That was an interesting little showdown here, right? So if anybody is watching, we apologize for the student or two as I'm kicking some trash here on the sidewalk. We're going to follow this group now from behind. I apologize again for the student that uttered a vulgarity. When you are getting with a bunch of students who are passionate about their team and their school, that's bound to happen. So let's come up the other way here. And certainly this is just the beginning of what's going to be a very lively day here in Ames. There's no question about it. You got it, buddy. All right, so I think the ESPN College Game Day pit is letting fans in now. I mean, I don't see much movement, but it is past 5:30. You see a police presence here, and I don't blame these guys. I think most of these students have been pretty well behaved, at least from what we've seen this morning. They are passionate, but for the most part, well behaved. So it's good. This is all a shock to our cameraman, John, because he is not used to the the passionate Iowa State crowd. So we give the crowd a lot of credit here for this time of day. Well, nobody here knows that, John. So we're going to try to keep it unbiased, right? Yeah. All right. So as you can see here, College Game Day beginning at 8 o'clock. You see that Iowa State fans trying to make it into the pit, as well as Iowa fans, and of course the Jack Trice Stadium behind us. So lots to pay attention to this morning. And again, tailgaters, we're going to be trying to make it to some of the tailgaters this morning and get their picks on the game. We'll get you information on the game. Certainly lots of storylines to follow. If you haven't already, and you're an Iowa or an Iowa State fan, head over to the Voice of College Football. Mark Rogers, you might be watching on Mark Rogers' channel as we speak. But check out Mark's work, because lots of pregame coverage leading up to this Iowa-Iowa State game, including a sit-down with myself and Levi Stevenson of SB Nation earlier this week. You can watch that preview show as well through Mark Rogers, the Voice of College Football. And, of course, if you're an Iowa fan, lots of great content over it from the Hawkeye of the Storm and Iowa postgame at the Voice of College Football, which will be directly following the Cyhawk game today, and that will be on Iowa at the Voice of College Football on YouTube. So we will kind of take a breather here, take a chance to kind of catch our breath, and keep this live stream going. We are live at College Game Day in Ames in lead up to the Cyhawk game. stepping over here to the side, folks. My cameraman John and I were driving. Like we've been out here for a long time already, and like it's freaking pitch black. Like I don't even. I'm trying to figure out like when does it get light? It's pitch black out here, and so it's still very early in the morning. We do appreciate everybody getting up bright and early for us. We're going to be again walking kind of around. It's still very early in the day though, and so this is College Game Day. You see the pit that is open now, and the ESPN staff letting ISU students one by one into the pit. And I cannot imagine some of those students we talked to just a bit ago were out here at 1 o'clock in the morning. 1 o'clock in the morning. That's literally waiting out here for, what is that, 7 hours just for the show to start. And then, of course, what everybody wants to see is the final stretch right before the celebrity picks and, of course, the Corso headgear pick. So devotion from these Iowa State students. And there were a lot of Iowa students. So if you're an Iowa fan listening, there were a lot of Iowa fans towards the front of the line. So there should be a good presence on College Game Day this morning from Iowa fans and Iowa students that made it out here bright and early. So, again, it's just, it is great. It's great to have game day back here in Ames. It's great to have, obviously, this Cy-Hawk game. And for anybody who is watching who lives in a different part of the country, I'm biased. I'm an Iowa guy born and raised, but the Cy-Hawk game is done like none other. And this season, this game specifically, is the biggest game in the country this week. So it's going to be fantastic. 3:30 p.m. on ABC. I want to run through some of the keys to this game. And, of course, if you've been following Mark Rogers as the voice of college football or Iowa at the voice of college football, along with From the Hawkeye of the Storm on YouTube or through our podcast, you will have gotten a lot of our pregame analysis already. But as far as keys to this game, I know it's early, but let's run through some of the bigger storylines heading into today's game. Obviously, the quarterback position is going to be a position where people are intrigued to see what Spencer Petras brings. I mean, this is the first time Spencer played in front of a crowd. Let's remember that. An away crowd. Of course, he played in front of the Kinnick crowd last Saturday, but this is the first time that Spencer will have played in front of an away crowd. What a way to start. A hostile crowd in Ames, and it's kind of a wild card. Of course, Brock Purdy didn't play great in 2019 against Iowa, but that was his only real chance to play against Iowa. Of course, last year the game was canceled because of COVID. The Big Ten shortened its season by canceling the non-conference. And so the quarterback position is going to be an interesting one, Petras versus Purdy. Of course, the running back position, probably the biggest star-studded matchup in this game. Breece Hall, a potential Heisman candidate, certainly a Doak Walker Award candidate, along with another Doak Walker Award candidate in Tyler Goodson. And Breece was sort of underwhelming last week. I think the entire offensive line for Iowa State played kind of poorly against UNI. If you watch that game, it was an ESPN Plus game, but not a whole lot of offense in that game. It was a 16-10 win over the Panthers. And Tyler Goodson had one big run against Indiana, and the offense kind of sputtered. In fact, ended, I believe, with 99 rushing yards on the day, and 56 of those were on one run early on. So the running back position will be key. Can this offensive line for Iowa create space? Right now my feeling on Iowa is they're sort of in a precarious situation. They're rotating a lot of guys in at offensive line, 6, 7, 8 guys. That's not a very much of a Kirk Ferentz thing to do, but they are doing it, and that tells me that not a lot of faith right now, at least in the center pieces. I shouldn't say center. There's a lot of faith in the center, but not a lot of faith in the continuity of this offensive line. So many storylines to talk about today. Special teams were terrific, I think, this week from and Charlie Jones. That looks like he's going to be. We expect him to play today. Have not heard anything contrary to that. And that's really, as far as injuries, the only significant one is the Kyler Schott injury. Of course, Charlie Jones expected to play. It sounds like Charlie Kolar is in for us to play as well. So continue. We're going to jump away of the moment. We'll be back with live coverage from outside Jack Trice Stadium here at the site of ESPN College Game Day and lead up to the big Cy-Hawk game in Ames today. So thanks for tuning in bright and early. Hang around here, whether you're watching here locally in Ames on StoryCounty.News, or if you're on the Voice of College Football, Mark Rogers and the Voice of College Football on YouTube. Keep right here because we'll cut in periodically live throughout the morning. Corey Braddock for StoryCounty.News and the Voice of College Football.